Well, good evening, everyone. I'm student meteorologist Michael on with the Thursday edition of FSU Weather and much nicer conditions to end out this work week for the first time this week. 54 degrees under the sunny skies, much cooler and much brighter and not as wet as compared to the last 3 days this week. And we do have a little bit of a breeze with that west-northwest wind of 8 miles per hour. Clear skies, unlike the last 3 days on satellite and radar. Not a cloud in the sky, no rain at all, and that's going to be the story for the next few days going through the weekend, as we are going to be dominated by high pressure you see down towards the Gulf. That little clipper system up towards Chicago is not going to really impact us. High pressure is going to be mainly under control. But with that high pressure and with cool conditions already, it's going to cool down pretty quickly with 32 degrees overnight tonight, and another cool day expected tomorrow with temperatures in the low 60s, but will gradually warm up to around 70 degrees by the end of the weekend. FSU weather starts right now.
Good evening, Tallahassee. Welcome to your Thursday evening edition of FSU Weather. I'm student meteorologist Maddie Seiler.
And I'm student meteorologist Tyler Sherrod.
Tyler, how was your day today? It was a beautiful day outside, a little chilly. Did you do anything fun?
I was mostly in class all day. Unfortunately, today's been kind of a bummer for me. Forgot my lunch at home, forgot my wallet at home, so no way for me to eat. And I decided, I'm going to bike to school today and be a little bit healthier. And I wore shorts and a t-shirt because I don't pay attention to the weather, even though I'm on FSU weather.
Of course not.
So I froze on my bike ride to school as well.
But the sun shining, I'm sure, made up for it. The high pressure system that we've been in the past day or two has really been nice. It's kind of given us a glimpse as to what spring's going to be like coming up.
Yeah, the sun was the one good thing about all of this for me. Helped brighten up my day once again. And really, we're going to see this sunshine as we continue to move through this weekend and going into next week. Although we're going to start to see rain chances pick up as we get into the middle of next week.
Exactly, and don't let that sun fool you. Even though it will be sunny and clear skies the next few days, those temperatures will still be in the low, even 30s we're hitting over this weekend.
Yeah, even during the daytime during this weekend, the highs are still going to be in the 60s. We're probably not going to see the 70s until we get into next week. So this cold air is going to last for quite a while for here in Tallahassee and the rest of North Florida.
Right, and then the rest of the show, we're going to be talking about this coming up. We're looking at our March forecast coming up, and then just what we're expecting later into this week. So it's definitely going to be a packed show.
Yep, absolutely going to be a great show. Now we're going to send things off to Chris at the wall, and he's going to give us a look at the southeast.
Yeah, unlike Tyler, I am most certainly personally enjoying these cooler temperatures. However, the southeast, not a cloud in the sky. We're actually feeling very nice, bright sunny skies throughout all the southeast thanks to this high pressure system that is situated in the Gulf. This clockwise motion is bringing that drier continental air throughout most of the southeastern region. On our satellite radar, you do get to see some snowfall up by northern Kentucky, West Virginia, and a little bit showing up in southwestern Virginia, but most of it is being held off by the Appalachian Mountains. Right now, our temperature, we're feeling fairly cool, bright, sunny skies, though, throughout the entire southeast. Tallahassee is situated at 54 degrees. New Orleans is also situated at 54 degrees. It's a bit cooler up north at Nashville at 45 degrees. Moving into our dew points, much like the rest of the country, we're very dry, 27-degree dew point. Even if you move down south to South Florida, Miami's dew point is only 40 degrees. Charlotte is very dry as well with a 12-degree dew point. On our muggy meter, those drier dew points are causing us to feel very nice. We have very dry air. It's very comfortable to be walking out, studying outside, running outside, really doing anything outside, outdoor activities feel fantastic. We can see this clockwise rotation from that high pressure system in the Gulf that is bringing those continental winds, which is keeping our conditions dry and cool as well. Moving into our drought monitor, there is a drought bubble above Tallahassee, with Tallahassee itself situated in a severe drought with the area just outside in a moderate drought with a lot of the panhandle at abnormally dry. And we don't see much of a drought in the southeast until we move to South Texas, where south of Houston, as we start moving closer and closer to the border, they're actually reaching stages of a extreme drought. Within the next 24 hours, that sunshine is going to stay in the southeast. However, if you move up to the northern section, there is a storm system that's going to start moving in, bringing a slight chance of snowfall out to western Virginia, as well as maybe even hitting parts of North Carolina, extending even as far as Atlanta. However, once the storm starts passing over those Appalachian Mountains, it's going to start breaking down into rain. Tonight's forecast, though, mostly clear skies. You do have some mixed precipitation chance in Nashville. And moving into tomorrow's forecast, it's going to be another beautiful day with sunshine all over the southeast. But for now, I'm going to pass things off to Tyler with our local look.
Thank you, Chris. Here in Tallahassee, let's take a look at that rainfall almanac. Our observed rainfall for today was, of course, 0 inches of rain. Didn't see any rain come through after we've seen that cold front pass through for us. No more rainfall to deal with. Normally, we have about 2.2 inches of rain per day, but we're still above that monthly average with 5 inches of rain observed for the month. Still a little bit below average for the year, but as long as we still see some steady rain come through, we're going to see the rainfall almanac start to catch up. And this rain's really going to help with the drought monitor. Severe drought for the coastal portions of the Big Bend region. Tallahassee right now is underneath a moderate drought, and really the rest of North Florida is underneath abnormally dry conditions. So the more rainfall we can get here, the better. But for now, let's enjoy those beautiful skies, because here in Tallahassee and the rest of the Big Bend, the satellite and radar shows absolutely nothing. No cloud coverage, no rainfall, nothing to worry about here. For Tallahassee, we're at 54 degrees right now. Monticello's at 51. As we move a little bit further south into the east, Perry having that temperature of 55 degrees. And in north of Georgia, Valdosta at 51 degrees. And the muggy meter shows that we're not having to deal with those high dew points, not muggy at all. Very dry, very happy faces all around the Big Bend region. Very comfortable conditions. And the winds are really what's bringing in the drier air, coming from the north, northwest, bringing in that continental air from the center of the U.S., which is very dry. And Tallahassee, having some slightly breezy conditions, 8 miles per hour. I know I felt those conditions whenever I was riding my bike here to school today. I felt the wind chill really bad, but that's my fault. Should have brought a jacket with me. Next 24 hours, you're not going to see anything. Thursday, around midnight, nothing. See some cloud coverage over the water, but that's not going to impact anyone here in Tallahassee or the rest of the Big Bend region. And Friday evening, same story as today. Pretty much copy and paste this forecast for tomorrow with some slightly different temperatures, and you'll be pretty much correct. Tonight's forecast, Tallahassee is going to be at 33 degrees. Monticello also going to get down to 33 degrees. Thomasville, you're going to see 31 as your low. And as you get a little bit closer to the coastline at St. Mark's, you're going to see those temperatures stay a little bit higher as the ocean helps trap the heat a little bit better, keep the low temperatures a little bit higher for the coastline. For tomorrow, Tallahassee, 62 is your high temperature, and Madison, you're also going to see 62 as your high. And for the 7 days, you're going to see the temperatures start to slowly but surely creep back up into the high 60s. Sunday, your high is 68 degrees. Monday, you're going to finally get back into the 70s. And then as we get into Wednesday and Thursday, you're going to see the rain chances pick back up once again, with that high being 77 degrees on Wednesday. Now I'm going to pass things off to the desk with Chris and Michael.
Yeah, thank you, Tyler. For now on the desk, we're actually going to start talking about one of our favorite topics, and that is this day in weather history.
And there's always a lot going on in the day of weather. So back in 1717, there was actually, that was the beginning of a 10-day period of 4 snowstorms in New England. And 3 feet of snow fell in Boston, but places north of Boston got up to 6 feet of snow in that 10-day period.
Yeah, that's quite a lot of snow. Have yet to actually experience snow greater than 3 feet, but this goes way back to 1717 to see how far back our weather-related historical events are. Sorry, I lost my train of thought for a little bit. But moving on to more recent records, actually, It was 1988. Thunderstorm produced heavy rain on Southern California, producing 2.52 inches in Ventura County, which is quite a lot of rainfall.
Yeah, that's California. They do get a lot of their rainfall in the winter months, but even that is still a lot for Southern California, and there probably was some mudslide issues due to that. Then moving to the next year, 1989, the southern states do get snow, and it happened in Tennessee. In north central Tennessee, they got up to 8 inches of snow. But in the higher elevations in North Carolina, the highest peak east of the Appalachians, Mount Mitchell, actually received 14 inches of snow.
Yeah, over a foot of snow in North Carolina doesn't happen much. Also, about 10 years ago today, actually, the only tornado for the 2010 February season happened. But for now, we're going to start passing things off to the wall with Tyler.
Thanks, Chris. Just showed you our local look. Now we're going to take things in the wider point of view. Take a look at our national forecast. Our high temperature for the country today was in 91 degrees in North Palm Beach County, Florida. That's to be expected. Almost always during the winter, we see our high temperatures in Florida. And the low temperature, negative 18 degrees in Seagull Lake, not Seagull. Sea and Gull are two different words in this context. Seagull Lake, Minnesota, though, I've seen that temperature as the low temperature quite a few times this winter. So for our national map, not really much to be worried about unless you're in the Northeast or seeing some of that snowfall in much of the Northeast in New York, Pennsylvania, and Ohio. And really for the rest of the country, you don't have much to worry about though. High pressure system here in the Northwest, and high pressure is what's dominating as well in the Southeast, bringing those drier, more comfortable and sunny conditions. Temperatures all around. Northeast, once again, you guys are cold. Minneapolis is at 24 degrees right now. Chicago, you're at 30. And as we move westward to the coastline of California, LA is actually at 80 degrees right now, but they're cloudy, so not quite a beautiful day for them. San Francisco looking a little bit better at 71 and those partly sunny skies. And in the southeast, you're going to see sun all around. Atlanta, 47 degrees. Tallahassee, we're at 54 degrees. And for the dew points all around, fairly dry conditions, even in the Northeast where we're seeing snowfall. Those dew points are low, but we're still seeing snow because the temperatures are so cold there that even these low dew points can support the snowfall and the rainfall up there. But as you get into the Southwest, Albuquerque, dew point of 8 degrees there, you guys are not going to even sniff even a little bit of snowfall or rain there at all. The whole country, you're seeing a mostly westerly flow all throughout, bringing and some northwesterly flow as well. Billings, you're at 12 miles per hour, and that's bringing all of that cold continental air from Canada and the central parts of the U.S. and bringing it down south to bring some cool weather for us in the southeast for the wintertime. And not just Tallahassee is underneath the drought monitor right now. See sections of southern Texas in extreme droughts right now. They really need to see some of that rain and snowfall that the Northeast is seeing right now. And as we move westward, severe droughts for northern New Mexico and many parts of California underneath dry conditions or moderate droughts. So seeing some of that wintertime rain off the west coast is going to help with some of those conditions as well. For the next 48 hours, you're going to see that snow finally start to move out of the Northeast for the most part by Friday. And as we move into Saturday, the Northwest is actually going to see some snow south of Billings and getting into western Wyoming. And Seattle, the so-called rainy city, is going to see some rain as well. For tonight, temperature is going to be pretty cold all throughout the national forecast. Minneapolis is going to get down to 11 degrees. And then for tomorrow, Tallahassee, you're at 62. Chicago's at 30. And the West Coast is feeling great once again. LA at 81 degrees. But now I'm going to pass things off to Michael with our second local look of the evening.
Yeah, thanks, Tyler. And it was a very nice day outside, below average for this time of year. But we didn't get any rain today for the first time this work week, even though we do need the rain. 56 degrees was our high today, well below our average behind that cold front, with the average being 70 degrees for today. But our lows was pretty around average where they should be, just about 4 degrees below the average. Really nice sunset going on right now. 54 degrees is the current temperature at the Tallahassee airport with that west-northwest wind of 8 miles per hour. Very nice conditions across the Big Bend and South Georgia region with 50 degrees in Thomasville, 54 in Tallahassee, and then 58 down towards St. Mark's. With the cold front moving through yesterday in the evening, that northerly wind is bringing that much drier air, so feeling great out there, feeling more like January and February compared to late spring and early summer, how it was feeling back earlier this week. And with high pressure situated over the Gulf and over the southeast, clear skies, not even a cloud in the sky in the Tallahassee region, and that's going to be the main story for the next 24, 48, up until really Monday, late Monday into Tuesday is where we're not really expecting any impactful weather for the Tallahassee region and for the southeast, matter of fact. Really nice conditions for the next 24 hours. Now, for tonight, with those clear skies, calm winds, we're going to cool down pretty quickly and get to that freezing point. So if you do have any plants or protective things outside, might want to bring those indoors with these freezing conditions expected. 32 degrees under those clear skies. And tomorrow, a little bit warmer compared to today with that west wind of 11 miles per hour. 63 degrees will be the high, but very nice conditions out there. And then for the 7-day forecast, we do remain pretty cool and below average up until Monday as high pressure starts to move off into the Atlantic. And then we get that southerly flow going into the next work week. But then as we go into Wednesday, our next system returns, and there is a potential for some severe weather according to the National Weather Service. So it's something we have to keep a watch on, but we'll keep you updated on that. Conditions do look really good up until then, with temperatures in the low to mid 70s to begin that work week once again. And also look at those lows going from the low 30s tomorrow morning to around the mid 50s by the time we get into Tuesday morning. But for now, let's send it back to the desk with Maddie and Chris.
Thank you, Michael. Looks like those last few days of February are going to be on the chillier side, but Chris and I are here to talk to you about the outlook of what we're going to be seeing for March.
Yeah, right now, so we're getting your early March outlook. Right now, we're going to be expecting colder than average temperatures for central and southern U.S. So those cold temperatures seem to be sticking around a little bit longer.
And for those of you who are in the western or northeastern part of the country, despite us getting colder temperatures, you all are going to be seeing warmer than average temperatures. And why do you think this is happening, Chris?
Well, I think part of it is there's a upper level jet stream shift. Had those words tangled up a little bit. Resulting in an upper level ridge near Alaska and a trough that's going to start moving over through most of the nation.
Right, exactly. So what that means is at the upper levels, those high winds that direct all of the colder or warmer continental air, we're going to see a ridge, which is a high pressure system over the northeast, and that's allowing all of that cold Canadian air to come down and just sit over us for the month of March.
Yeah, so if you're situated on the western part of the country, you're going to have the air coming up the ridge, and then it's going to start dropping down in the trough over the central part of the country, and it's going to start building back up.
Exactly. So even though it will be sunny the next few days, don't let that fool you. We still have those colder temperatures sticking around. But also keep in mind that these monthly outlooks aren't too accurate. So don't let the hopes for a warmer spring, leave your mind. Keep those because we might be getting a warmer spring. We're not sure just yet.
Yeah, well, the reverse is also true. So if you live in those northeastern states and you're like, man, I really want some more snow days, because I know New York hasn't gotten as much snow as they've normally gotten this time of year. Don't lose hope just yet, especially if you're from Fairfax County like I was. You may be wishing that you still had a little bit more snow days.
Right, that's the beautiful thing about the weather. We can try all we want to predict it, but it's definitely an unpredictable force of nature that we just have to roll with. But hopefully our outlook doesn't look too bad for the next month ahead.
Yeah. But for now, we're going to pass things off to Michael as he's going to give us a look around Florida.
Well, the Sunshine State is actually living up to its name today. Look at that. Not even a cloud across the state today. Just a few showers actually down towards the Everglades, but it's probably just some radar scattering for the Key West radar site. But great conditions overall across the state of Florida. Temperatures behind that cold front that moved through last night through southern Florida, much cooler compared to yesterday. 50s across the northern part of the state, and then only mid-60s down towards South Florida, so well below average for this time of year. And it's a nice break, given that what we will probably expect in the summer months, a lot of heat and humidity and thunderstorms. So enjoy this while you can. Very nice conditions down there. And it is going to be very nice to see these dew points as well. Much drier air filtering in behind that cold front, so not as humid. Even down in South Florida, those dew points are well down there in the 40s, and 53 degrees in Key West is pretty nice for February standards, honestly. So again, nice dry conditions for the entire state. So the muggy meter, we rarely see this in the summer. We don't see this at all in the summertime, but rarely even in the wintertime for South Florida. Smiley faces all over the place. So very nice, dry, less humid conditions in the state of Florida. Now it is a little bit breezy behind this cold front. You can notice how some breezy condition down towards Tampa and Fort Myers with 12 and 15 miles per hour, even in Pensacola, but all this northerly wind. So that's bringing the drier air from the north and from Canada, and that's why those dew points are low as well. Now for the next 24 hours, high pressure in the Gulf is going to keep that northerly flow, and so clear skies will remain, but it's going to remain cool for the next 2 to 3 days. So for those down going to the, West Palm Beach for the Honda Classic, yeah, it's going to feel cooler and breezy, but at least it's nice out there to watch some of the best stars in the world like Brooks Koepka and Ricky Fowler in South Florida. Now for tonight's forecast, very cold conditions across the northern tier of the state with 30s and around freezing, 33 degrees in Tallahassee, 34 in Jacksonville, and even chilly conditions down towards West Palm Beach with 48 down there and 42 in Orlando. Tomorrow, a little slightly warmer for the state overall, except for South Florida. They're going to be staying in the upper 60s, but lower 60s up towards the Panhandle and north central Florida. So really nice conditions for Friday and for the weekend beyond. Really nice in Florida. Now let's send it out to Tyler with our lifestyle.
Thanks, Michael. All throughout FSU, got some great events going on, but let's take a look at the FSU weather stem camera real quick. A beautiful sunset over Doak Campbell Stadium. Not a cloud in the sky to obscure that sun setting here in Tallahassee. Let's take a look at some of the airport delays, though. As expected, Tallahassee, not expecting any delays here. We're clear, 54 degrees, all things a go for any aircraft flying out of Tallahassee Airport. Not quite the same story. Well, actually, things updated a little bit. There are no delays, so the same story for these other cities on our airport delays. Atlanta, Dallas, LA, you guys aren't experiencing any delays at all, so all things are a go for most parts of the country, except for some of those states in the Northeast. They're seeing some of that exceptionally heavier snowfall there that could possibly start to ice the runways. FSU basketball, we're away at Clemson. It's going to be 52 degrees around 4 p.m. Tip-off Saturday, February 29th. Harrison Prieto there in the background, one of our student meteorologists here, member of the team. We're going to hopefully pull off that win for FSU. And we have a home baseball game on Friday. It's going to be 63 degrees at 6 p.m. That's whenever the game's starting off versus Florida Atlantic Owls. So hopefully we pull off a win there as well. And if you want to hit the res here at FSU, it's going to be 66 degrees, so probably a little bit too cold to get into the water, but still sunny skies and winds are going to be fairly light. So a great time to just hang out along the shoreline at the res if you want to do that, or play some volleyball, any of the other activities that don't involve getting in the water at the res. And then for our dog walk forecast, you don't want to go out too early, 7 a.m. We're going to be at 32 degrees. That's our freezing temperature. But as we go throughout the day, temperatures will get a little bit higher. I'd say around 1 p.m. would be the best time to go for that long walk whenever we start to get a little bit higher for the temperatures. And as you're planning your weekend, Friday, going to be 55 degrees for the high. Saturday, I think temperatures are going to pick up by about 11 degrees with that high temperature of 66 degrees. And Sunday, we're going to see a high temperature of 68 degrees. But now I'm going to pass things off to Chris, and he's going to give us our final local look of the evening.
Over at Doak Campbell Stadium, our weather graphic just happened to cover the sun for a bit, so it was a little awkward there. But finally get to see the sun. We haven't seen the sun really over the past 3 days with all the rain we've received. But right now we have a beautiful sunset, 54 degrees, winds coming from the west, northwest at 8 miles an hour. Moving into our local radar, same story as it's been all night. This high pressure system is really dominating the southeastern region, bringing us bright sunny skies and great, comfortable, dry air. Going to our satellite radar, this is what's happened over the past few hours. Not a cloud in the sky. We've had beautiful sunshine all day. Going to our temperature outlook, we're a bit cooler than average, 54 degrees right now, about 50 degrees in Monticello, and as you start moving towards the coast, it's 58 degrees in St. Mark's. our dew points, though, we are very dry. Dew point deficit between the normal temperature and dew point is around 30 degrees. It gives you a mind of how dry our area is at the moment. Our wind speeds, we have that northerly flow that's coming in, bringing that drier continental air versus the warmer, more moist air off from the Gulf. Over the next 24 hours, if you couldn't tell, this is actually not a still image, as it's showing not a single cloud showing up in the sky. It's going to be very sunny, clear conditions sticking around for the next few days. Tonight's forecast, though, going to have clear skies. It's going to be a beautiful night for stargazing. If you don't mind how cold it is, it's going to be around 33 degrees tonight. So if you're going stargazing, you might want to bring a jacket. You're going to be having a little bit of clouds up in Thomasville and Bainbridge. Tomorrow's forecast, though, we're going to be sitting in the mid to lower 60s. So it's going to be another cool day, but bright, sunny skies, as that rain is not going to be impacting us any more than it had yesterday. Moving into our 7-day forecast, sunny, 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 sunny. Not as sunny, but still sunny. We're going to have that sunshine stick around for 5 more days until rain's finally going to start picking into the system with Wednesday with some possible severe storms. But for now, I'm going to pass things off to the desk with Tyler and Michael.
Thanks, Chris. It's been a while since me and you have done a desk together, Michael, since
Oh, yeah,
last semester around
it has
November.
been a while.
How have things been for you?
It's been pretty good. I'm actually enjoying that we got some sunshine finally for this work week.
Yeah, absolutely. The sunshine has been incredible. The colder temperatures, not so much for me, but I can deal with one more cold blast here in Florida. Hopefully not
yeah.
another one. Hopefully we start getting closer to those springtime temperatures here in
Yeah,
Tallahassee.
I think when we go into March, you do have those kind of chilly mornings, but you have those warm afternoons in the 70s. March, Jake always tells me his best months in Tallahassee are November and March. Honestly, agree with him on that. That's like perfect weather for golfing. And I totally agree on that.
I guess for all the golf fans out there, of course, that would be the best month. Not too hot, not too cold. So I guess just right for swinging the club around.
Yeah.
But for me, enjoy those hotter temperatures, the sunnier skies. I like to hit the pool as much as possible. But I know I'll be able to enjoy that here this summer in Tallahassee. Not so much this weekend, though. Highs for the weekend, 66 degrees for Saturday, 68 degrees for Sunday. Not a great time for me to get into the water.
Yeah, it's a little chilly. Even down in South Florida, you saw those highs. They're not even going to reach 70 degrees down even in West Palm Beach and Miami. So it's not just us here in Tallahassee. Even down in South Florida, they're also getting these cool conditions. Yeah.
Yeah, I know my family back in Central Florida, they complain about how cold it is if it gets below 80 degrees. So I can only imagine the kind of pain that they're going through right now with those lower 60 temperature highs for Central Florida.
Oh, yeah, for sure. But if you have any nice sunset pics or just beautiful blue skies, you can follow us on all of our social media outlets with Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter, and YouTube as well.
Yep, and make sure to send us any golf pictures for Michael if you're going to go watch, especially the Players Championship in Jacksonville this weekend.
We have the Honda Classic down in South Florida this week. We have Bay Hill and Orlando next week. So a lot of stuff with the Florida swing. We'll see you guys tomorrow. Goodbye.